Good morning, everybody. We're here at the Mountaineer Campground in Townsend, Tennessee. This is right on the banks of the Little River and also right on the edge of the National Park, Great Smoky Mountains. Probably 25-30 minutes to Pigeon Forge and a little bit longer to Gatlinburg. So we're camping. It's a holiday weekend for Thanksgiving, and we made the opportunity to be here. I'll show you a little bit about this small campground and show you a little bit what's here. So as you make your way into the campground, there's a pavilion on the side for social events and church services. It's a ping pong table and a couple other things. Now we're in COVID time, so we certainly have to be careful for that. Otherwise, this is a nice little area. Now keep in mind, Townsend is probably, 30 minutes from Pigeon Forge, and maybe a little bit longer if you want to go into the Gatlinburg area, which is near, or the Gatlinburg entrance, which is near the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. You can also access Gatlinburg through Pigeon Forge. But we're not very far away, and you're not near all the hustle and bustle that Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, and Gatlinburg have to offer. Now this campground has a park office. It's right here as you go in. All visitors have to check in, and all campers have to check in upon entry. During the summertime, they have a swimming pool available, which is quite nice. Obviously it's November, almost December, and not too many people swimming right now. They also offer cabins. Now there are cabins you can see directly behind me. I've not been able to go inside of those, but they're small and quaint and plenty of space for parking for maybe one vehicle, maybe two vehicles. Behind me here is campsite 37. That's a cabin. You can see the numbers depicted on the little signs on the trees. It looks like it has a couple of rocking chairs. I'm not sure all the amenities inside the cabins. As you see, there's a parking area here, and then it gets on into the campground. As you can see, plenty of campers. Behind me here you see two Class A RVs and a little vehicle. These are campsites 35 and 36. As you see, there's a little space between each of the two sites, a picnic table, fire ring, maybe a grill if you're lucky. These two sites are site 32 and 31. Again, they're small little pads. There's a space between each of the sites and plenty of room for just a little space to relax and do your own thing. As you see, this campground is full of mature trees. What I understand, this campground was built in the 60s. They've upgraded their electrical. They've got cable here, full hookups in some of the sites. It's quite nice. Now, across from these sites here are a couple of others. Looks like we have site 47 here. It's got an asphalt or concrete pad and then on down. But you can see the size of the emptiness, and then you have your table and then a fire pit or fire ring. We have site 27 here and then site 28 right here. Again, you can see where people are fit in. Plenty of space, just enough space. I don't want to say plenty, but just enough space to carry on and do what you need to do. Across from that are the river sites. They're here, and we're on a river site, site 13. I'll show you that here in a little bit more great detail. Right beyond these two sites is the Little River. There's a walk down access, which is back here where this pop-up is. I'll take a look and show you that. You see the Little River. Now the Little River in places is stocked with various types of trout. If you're not within the national park, there's a fishing license requirement along with a trout stamp. If you fish within the national park, I believe that a fishing license, a state of Tennessee fishing license, is the only thing required. Check locally when you come, and if you do come for these requirements. I'd hate for anybody to get any kind of trouble based on my information. Nonetheless, if you like fly fishing, this is great. If you don't, well, if you got kids that like to get in the water and play, that's good too. This is a great access area. There's a small beach here. The water's cold, but sure can be fun in the summertime. So to give you some perspective, these are campsites that have little decks at the back of the campsite. We're at site 13, so if you'll take a look right up here behind these red trees and bushes, that's our site. There's our little camper. You can come right out to the edge, look over, and you can hear the water all day. First night we were here, the weather was pretty rough. It hard rain, and as it dissipated, I would open the door as it was dark and try to listen, and I would hear what I thought was wind. Then I realized that it's the roar of this little river. The rapids back here make a pretty little sound. It's peaceful and enjoyable. Directly behind me is Site 18. I think it belongs to Lloyd and Janice of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. They've bundled up for the winter. So it looks to me that some of these sites are privately owned and people stay here year-round or keep their campers here year-round. So Angie and I have reserved Site 13. Logan's here with us, and I'll give you a quick show of what it's about. As you can see, we've got this giant tree here, which has got some age on it, and then we're just wedged right in between the tree and the bush line. Actually, it's probably a really good site. Well, no, it's not probably. It is a really good site, and how it worked out. I think we have a little bit more room than the rest of the sites as far as side by side, and we've got a really nice deck. Okay, so we're in our campsite. As you can see from the view, behind us here is the deck area. This deck area goes to an access point where you should be able to access the Little River. However, a lot of the area has been washed out. You can see that our sitting area is plenty, and then right next to us here is our neighbor who is from Alabama, and we're just kind of tucked away in our own little area. The deck, as you can see, backs up right to the river, and you can hear the roar of the river as you go along. It's a good site. Initially we reserved 15 when we got here. They had moved us to Site 13. You know, I always say everything happens for a reason. This is a much better site than Site 15. Now this is the back side of our site. We're parked next to some burning bushes as our bright red fall colors. But you can see as we go back here, we have all our hookups. We have our cable line, we have our water line, and we have our electrical, and we have our sewer. All this is right here. It's right close. Not a lot of stretching out that we've had to do, and we're able to hook up and use all of our resources that we have available to us. Fortunately now, our site, we can park the truck. There are some sites where it's rather tight. Now they have additional parking on this row right here for each of the vehicles that accompany a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. It gets pretty tight when you've got some good sized fifth wheels in here. Of course, our little trailer did just fine. And you can see we're parked in as are others parked in down the way. I think probably the only thing better than Site 13 might be Site 12. This is a huge deck area. This is the parking area for the camper. And then you've got all this space up here to where you can place, your kids, your chairs, your dogs, your whatever you got, and have plenty of walking room, so it's pretty nice. Behind me here is Site 10, directly across the way. We have plenty of other sites. I'm not sure of these site numbers. It looks like 49 is here. Site 48 is there. You can place, your large size campers anywhere you need. Keep on going. 47, and I assume 46. I don't see the numbers, but the way the numbers go down. Directly across from these, Site 7, Site 6, and again, all of them have mostly a picnic table, have a burn pit or a fire ring. Some of them have full hookups, some of them do not. You can also add, they sell ice here, they also have firewood here, so plenty of things that you may need to add to your camping visit. We ran out of firewood, and so we bought some more. $5 a bundle, bags of $2 a bundle on ice. Now, this is on your honor system. You get it in the middle of the night, you come up and pay the next day. They'll happily take it that way. As we continue on, Site 3 here, Site 2, and then on the grass side is Site 1. Also, to accompany the swimming pool and some rowdy children, you have a playground. Plenty to do. Now, if you don't have full hookups or you don't have access to a shower or a bathroom, they have those available on site. Men's restroom consists of 2 toilets, a couple of showers, a urinal, and 2 sinks. They're nice, they're clean, small, but perfect. Otherwise, I have no complaints. There are tons of campgrounds here in Townsend. There's one directly across the street. There's about 3 up the road, and others back into the national park, or right at the edge of the national park. So if you choose to come to the Mountaineer Campground, I'm going to endorse it with a thumbs up. With that being said, if you make it to Townsend, make sure you check out the Mountaineer Campground. It's very suitable for what we use, and we're easy going. Make sure you enjoy your travels here in Tennessee. Stop by Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg. And remember, as we've always said, and more so now than ever, dream big and live for the moment. Come see us, Destination Campground. Make sure you subscribe, visit, click like.